What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Air Jordan 4 Retro in the Lightning colorway. The original Air Jordan 4 Lightning dropped back in August of 2006 and they released alongside the Air Jordan 4 Thunder as well. So this two-shoe release dropped at a time when I was pretty much brand new to the sneaker scene and they were a limited drop sold only online at Jumpman23.com. And the thing I remember most was both the Thunder and the Lightning, they both came with their own apparel piece as well. And long story short, because the Thunders retroed again in 2012, I personally never expected to ever own a pair of the Lightnings myself. Well, fast forward 15 years later, and Jordan Brand is finally bringing these back in retro form tomorrow on August 28th. So these are retailing for $220 US or a very steep 285 Canadian, which is a price increase over your standard Air Jordan 4. I don't know if the price increase is because the Lightning 4 is just a beloved, sought after colorway, or if this is going to be the new price point for Jordan 4s across the board going forward. Hopefully it's the former, but I guess time will tell when future Jordan 4s release and we'll see how the price point is. So the colorway for this shoe is Tour Yellow, White, and Dark Blue Gray. And for those watching in Canada, this pair is going to be available at The Closet Inc. So The Closet Inc. is my go-to spot for Air Jordan retros and Nike releases, and they're independently owned and operated, located right here in Southern Ontario in Canada. So again, for all my Canadian viewers out there, I'll link their social media, their website, all that good stuff down below. So be sure to give them a follow, check them out for the release details. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box, and this comes in this beautiful themed box that matches the colors of the shoes. So unlike your normal Air Jordan 4, we have this yellow cardboard box with this gray colored Jumpman, and just like the other Jordan 4 boxes, the bottom is done in this classic cement print. As for the shoes, so these Lightning 4s are done in this remastered shape, which is closer to the original Jordan 4 shape from 1989, and it's not as banana-like as the 2006 Lightning 4s were. So while it's often the case where people want the retro version to be closer to the original, in this case though, Jordan Brand giving us this remastered shape is a lot better than the 2006 shape. So the upper of the shoe is constructed out of this genuine nubuck material. And I don't own a pair of the original 2006 Lightnings, but from what I've read online from people that have seen or have owned both pairs, the shade of yellow on these guys are a lot more dull compared to the OGs. Overlaid on top of the toe box, we have a secondary layer of this yellow colored nubuck. And as you can see, the shape of the toe box is very nice, tapered, and slanted. For the bottom three eyelets, we have that classic plastic Jordan lace crown, and this is done in this semi-translucent black colored finish. And we have another one of these lace crowns at the very top of the shoe, and this is connected to that side wing or strap, which in this case is constructed out of this gray colored nubuck. In between these lace crowns and the midfoot, we have the signature netting, which is done in this black color, and then basically the rest of the shoe is constructed out of this very soft yellow colored nubuck. On the back heel, we have this heel tab, which again is also constructed out of nubuck, and in the center, we have this dark gray colored Jumpman. For the laces, so these come standard with these flat yellow colored laces, which are slightly more vivid and bright compared to the shade of yellow on the nubuck. Underneath this, the bottom half of the tongue, this is covered in that same black colored netting, and then the top of the tongue is covered in that same nubuck, and then stitched on top, we have this gray tag with Jumpman Flight branding. The back side of the tongue is covered in this gray colored textile, and then we have this upside down tag with Air Jordan branding. For the insoles, so these actually come with a polyurethane insole. This is entirely done in this white colored finish, but we have this gray colored Jumpman stamped on the heel. So the upper of these Lightning 4s sits atop this white colored polyurethane foam midsole. Underneath the heel, we have this cutout, which reveals the Nike Air Sole unit that's found embedded within the midsole. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Air Jordan 4 outsole. So the outsole is constructed out of this gray and white colored rubber. We have this herringbone style traction pattern along with this yellow colored Jumpman in the center. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Air Jordan 4 Lightnings. For those wondering how these fit, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I wear between a 10 or a 10.5 of my Air Jordan 4s, depending on the release. And for these guys, I got these in a size 10 and they fit me pretty well. So overall, I'd say that they do run true to size, but basically whatever size you normally wear for Jordan 4s, I'd stick with that same size for this one. Moving on to comfort, so overall the Air Jordan 4, I don't find it to be that comfortable. Even though there's a polyurethane insole, I feel like it's pretty stiff on foot. So these feel like any of your other Air Jordan 4s, so it's going to feel pretty stable, low to the ground, and slightly heavy. And there's not too much from a softness and cushioning standpoint, but for a casual use shoe, it's going to be okay. And finally, from an overall material quality and craftsmanship standpoint, overall I was pretty happy with this. Like I said from the beginning, the nubuck has this nice softness to it. You can really feel the genuine leather grains when you run your fingers across it. And the overall shape of the shoe I was a fan of as well. If I'm nitpicking, I feel like they could have done a better job on the paint on the midsole. and the netting on the sides of one of my shoes was a little bit crooked compared to the other, but these are pretty minor things, nothing that really bugged me, so overall, pretty solid job from Jordan Brand. With all that out of the way now, let's lace up these Lightning 4s and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. Even though it seems like there's going to be a ton of pairs of these floating around tomorrow, I don't care if there's zero resale on this pair, I'm just super happy to finally have this in my hands. I understand for people that are probably newer to the sneaker game, this colorway probably doesn't mean as much to you guys as for those that have been into sneakers for a lot longer. But a lot of my personal friends that have been buying shoes for years and years now, we're all very excited to finally grab these, even though the resale price is pretty much just over retail. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Lightning Air Jordan 4. And when these drop tomorrow, are these going to be a cop or a drop for you? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. You can also check out my podcast called the Channel 8 Podcast. So the video version is hosted right here on my YouTube channel, but if you're looking for just the audio only version, it's hosted on most of your major podcast platforms, including Spotify, iTunes, and Podbean. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for the continued love and support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.